Hello and welcome back. We are now here with Tulia of Cloudberry Lady and Joelle of Fluffy Tory.
Hello.
Would either of you like to talk about it a little bit? Or do you want to just roll right into the Q&A?
Oh, we're going to introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
So I'm Joelle and my brand is Fluffy Tory and my YouTuber name is Fluffy Kawaii. Usually people get confused and think that I'm called Tory. No. And so, yeah, basically we do sweet Lolita stuff and Kawaii accessories. And yeah, I cannot wait to talk to you.
Yeah, hello, I'm Tulia. I'm the designer of Cloudberry Lady. I'm from Finland and I make headwear and clothing, mostly Gothic and classic styles.
Okay. So I guess we'll just roll into the Q&A, and if there's time at the end, if anybody wants to, there's also a comment section for anybody who wants to ask more questions. So are you ready?
Yeah.
How has the pandemic affected your business? Has it become harder to source materials?
Do you want to start?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, actually, for me, regarding materials, I haven't had to source any materials really during this time because I have quite a good stock of materials. A few things I had to go to look for, and it was quite good that I could find them in Finland, which I was surprised because hat materials, we don't have any shops selling particularly hat materials, but I managed to find from another hat maker. So yeah, so I managed just fine. Otherwise, it has affected my business a lot because the workroom where I used to work, it was like a joint workspace with 5 designers, and it affected all of us individually, which resulted in having to close the space. So I actually ended up moving during this period. So in that sense, it has been really affecting my work, and I'm still fixing my house and everything. So I've been actually on a hiatus now.
How about you, Joelle?
So I did not have to. I was actually ordering fabric, I think, but normally I order my fabric in China, and they normally close during January and February for Chinese New Year, and actually they weren't on lockdown after that, so it was just a prolonged time where it was closed, so that was something that I had kind of taken into account, so that was not really an issue. But for me, the main issue was all the events that were canceled. I have another business apart from that. I do cheerleading things, and we organized a cheerleading event that we had to cancel and postpone. And also I sell at many events, competition and conventions with Fluffy Tory, and all of that has been cancelled. So it's also a lot of less cash to run my business. No.
Yeah, definitely resulted in having to postpone some plans and design that I had planned with this. Yeah.
I can understand that. So the next question is, how do you source material? And the person later clarified it, saying, when looking at materials and fabric, do you look at the source of the material? Is it recycled material? Does the company run on renewable energy, small-owned company, etc.? Do you like to order the end of the bolt remnants to get the last bits of the fabrics?
Yeah, for me, it's definitely very important where I source my materials. For example, for my print fabrics, I'm very particular that I want to use a Finnish printing company. So I use this great printing company in Finland that does very high quality prints that can be washed in 60 degrees Celsius. So they are very washable and durable fabrics. And they are full cotton. So yeah, I'm quite particular what I use. However, in Finland, we only have one big fabric chain, and then small individual companies. And we don't have any factories making fabric in Finland anymore. So in that sense, it's sometimes hard to always find the kind of fabrics I'm looking for.
Also in Switzerland, labor is so expensive and everything is so expensive. It's really impossible to produce anything in Switzerland. I would have to sell my dresses for like $10,000. And so unfortunately, also I'm very new in the dressmaking. We have only done 2 collections. And so I work with China at the moment. And I feel like if you want to be more sustainable and go further in that, you need more experience and having it done a lot with other ways. And in my life, I'm going to I'm starting to be more sustainable with a lot of things, changing things that are a waste into that. But it's been a long experience of myself, and I'm not ready at the moment to apply that to my business, unfortunately. But we do have lace, a city where it's very famous for lace factories in Switzerland, and I would love to do dresses with that. I don't know if that will end up being half the price of the dress will be the lace, but we'll see. But this is really, really cool, and I would love to do something like that.
Lace is not cheap. Good lace is good. I feel you on that. So
yeah, I think that would be a good idea to do it though, even if it's expensive.
Yeah, maybe I can just made in Switzerland. Price it's super extra expensive.
Yeah. Last year I did lace.
Yeah, that's always an option. Really.
Okay, so the next question is, when did you start designing and sewing? Or do you sew?
So far, do you want to go first, Joe?
No, go ahead.
All right.
You first, that will be easier.
So I, for Cloudberry Lady, I started. I'm getting some service here. Nice.
As soon as today's over, I'm joining that party.
Yeah, it's the Finnish Lolita's party. Kind of do without any booze. All right. So I started to study fashion design in 2008. And I actually started my brand the next year, 2009. So I started it as kind of like, because I was studying fashion, I wanted to put my skills into practice. Mm-hmm. So I started I started Cloudberry Lady with my friend, and we made our first collection, and that's how I started to do it. But I actually started to sew my own clothing way before. So I've been always kind of sewing my own clothing, coming from a small town and being alternative person always. I just had to sew my own clothing since junior high. Yeah.
So my brand started 5 years ago. Yeah, 2016, I think. And actually, in Switzerland, everybody learns how to sew when you're like maybe 9 or 10 years old. So I knew how to sew. But I am not a seamstress. I did not pursue that later and study fashion or anything. So, and I'm also not an artist. I'm actually just a business owner. And I find that already a lot to manage everything and do all the sourcing. And so I had another business before, and then I wanted to make things for myself, and I realized that one thing led to another, and I had created a brand. And so I hired an artist, Metso, if you've heard of her. She does all the illustrations and also all the good text on the website, all the puns and everything. That's her. And then we actually struggle to find people here in Switzerland to make the samples, and then we send them to the factories to reproduce them.
I remember you making a post a few years ago. I saw that.
Which post?
You were looking for a new seamstress a while ago, though.
I'm always looking for new seamstresses because in Switzerland, labor is so expensive. So even if I pay a decent price for a dress, that's still very expensive for the sample. the people are working way too many hours so that it's valuable for them, and so they just do 1 or 2 and then they quit. And every time I need to find new people to do the sample, and so it's just because labor in Switzerland is so expensive, and it's very hard. Cheers!
I wish I could join you. I forgot my drink downstairs. So are you ready for the next question?
Yes, go for the
How do you find inspiration for your designs?
Okay, I will answer first because basically I'm not the one drawing, but usually I'm the one coming with the ideas. Oh, we should do that. And usually, like for anything artistic, I find that it's never when you're looking for inspiration that it comes. I would be in the shower or working outside or doing anything else not related to that, and I'm like, hey, we should do a dress like that, or let's do something like that. And yeah, usually it's when you never expected that inspiration comes. And also, I want to say that we listen a lot to our community, and we ask a lot people, what do you want us to do? And then we listen to them and we make that too.
Julia?
Yeah, sorry, I muted my mic. Yeah, I thought it's just making coffee, sorry about that. Yeah, my inspiration, I'm really inspired by nature. So for me, it's like I like to go for a walk. If I feel like I can't come up with neat designs, I like to go for a walk in the nature and just relax and take some time to think. I always feel like I'm getting much better ideas when I'm relaxed and calm. I also really like historical fashion, so I of course like search a lot of historical pictures, and yeah, for me it's more like whatever I feel like doing. Of course, I follow the fashion very closely. Being Lolita for 15 years, I've always been like following this fashion closely. So it's like I'm kind of lifestyler in that sense that I live and breathe Lolita fashion. So of course I follow what's in on trend, but then I really don't care and just do whatever I want.
So what is your favorite item that you've made so far?
I didn't understand the question, sorry.
What is your favorite item that your brand has created so far?
Good question. Go first.
It's like really difficult question. Like having had my brand for 11 years, I can't really name one favorite item that I have made, because I have made so many dresses which I really love and so many hats that I really like. One of my favorite type of bonnets is this very historical bonnet that I based on I had a sample of an actual historical bonnet, and I based it like a Victorian bonnet, and I based the design on that. So that's one of my favorite headpieces. It's kind of really expensive because the technique is really, really hard. I think Puvitel has one with that technique. But then for dresses, well, one that I will always love is the one I made for HelloCon, the second HelloCon. So that's already like, 6-7 years ago? And Midori Fukasawa wore it on the fashion show. So of course it will always be one of my like special items for me. It's this greenish blue Renaissance style dress. You may have seen pictures of it, I'm not sure, but yeah, that's already a long time ago. And I think it's really like 7 years ago when that even happened, or even more, even 8. Yeah, so that will always be close to my heart. But of course, I really love all of my designs.
So I think my favorite print is this one that I'm wearing right now. Can I show it to you? It's a Sweet Chocolate Journey, and I love it so much also because it's mint and pink, and it's totally my thing, and I have now even on my window. Let me see if I can show that to you. Yeah, so basically I close the blinds all the time in my studio because I want only artificial lights that I can control, but I had very ugly stuff, so now I made like when I look outside I see Sweet Chocolate Journey, so that's fun. And I think also I love all the pins that we're doing because they're all so glittery, and I like pins as a product because it's thick and precious. I don't know, I really like how they turn out, and maybe my favorite collection is the ponies, the first ones that we did that are really popular. So yeah.
What is the hardest, most challenging aspect of owning your own company?
Well, actually, a lot is hard for me because I'm doing almost everything by myself. I have a bookkeeper, so that I don't need to do, but a lot of it I have to do myself. I'm not really a person to do to be a lot on a computer. So actually, for me, the marketing, the having to be online a lot is actually hard because I'm more like a person who likes to create with my own hands. So for me, it's the other aspects. The marketing is actually quite hard for me to do by myself. I should probably hire someone for that, but
maybe, yeah. So something that I learned, I started my first business 10 years ago, something like that. And at first I was doing everything, and I learned the hard way that you're better off hiring people to do stuff that you're not good at. So, like now I give everything to my accountant. At first I had somebody just checking what I did, and I spending so much time doing that myself because I don't want to pay somebody because I think I could do that myself, and then I'm spending time where I could be more useful on my business, and now I'm paying more, but they do it right, and they do it for the first time, and they don't have to spend more time looking at what I've done before. So yeah, I think also, like I started, I have somebody that draws and everything, and right now I'm really getting at finding more people to dispatch work to so I can focus on what's important. And okay, so that was something hard to let go and let more people take responsibilities. And now I'm getting there at. But I think something that is still very hard is finding what people want, because we might do something that we love that might not be what people sell or will buy, or people will say, oh my God, I love it, it's so pretty. But that doesn't mean they will buy it when we offer it for sale. And that is very hard to know the difference on how many people would buy it if we do that, or just love it as a picture on the internet and that will stay that way. And this is hard to actually profit out of your good ideas. And yeah.
Okay, so the next question is, do you cater to plus size Lolitas? Why or why not?
Yeah, I do cater to plus size Lolitas because actually I make mostly custom make items these days. So I guess a lot of you don't know, but you can always message me for a custom made hat or a dress. I do make a lot of commission dresses for plus sizes as well. I also do, when I do a collection where I have ready-made garments, I have 3 sizes. One is small, one is medium, and one is larger and busty size, because I noticed that for a lot of larger ladies, it's actually a problem with the bust size rather than being just overall larger. Yeah. And the busty dress, it actually you need to have a lot more, the length in here needs to be longer. So the pattern for the busty dress is actually different from the regular smaller and medium size.
Yeah, it's not just more centimeters on the side, absolutely. So yeah, also we have standard sizes that go up to 100 and something. And then of course we add custom sizing. This is something really important for us because I am considered plus size already in Lolita because I don't fit in most of the dresses. So it was really important for me to be able to offer that. And I'm really proud that we can offer that for shoes too. I've done a shoe in a size European 50. It's like 14 or 16 in US or something. So it's super big, and we had to take extra measurement of this part of the foot, but we made a mold to make a custom chocolate boot for somebody who has a very big feet and wants to be kawaii, and I'm so happy that we can offer that for shoes too.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay then. Do you infuse your personal culture regionally or ethnically into your brand? How so?
You're gonna want to go first, Joe.
Okay. You mean culture like Switzerland, or like my beliefs and everything?
Well, I think I'm not sure because I'm not the one who asked the question, but
okay.
You could literally go both ways because regionally or ethnically, I feel like it's open.
Okay, like I said before, I would like to do some dresses with the also themes from Switzerland. We have something called Poya that is actually art that is cut out of a black paper, and they cut out very beautiful sceneries of mountains and everything. And I would love to have that on a velveteen black on a white dress. That would be gorgeous with the lace that I said. So this is one of my future idea for dresses, but as you may know, this is kind of difficult for us at the moment, so I don't know when it's at. But also, you can see behind me, everybody can be kawaii. This is something very, very close to my heart as a person in my YouTube channel, but also in our brand. We really try to show that everybody can be kawaii. When we do fashion shows, we try to have a big variety of models, all sizes, all genders, all skin colors, to show that everybody can wear that fashion. And also like we do plus sizes and everything. So we really want to show that through our brand too, and we'll realize that the custom sizes that we do, a lot of men actually buy our dresses and our shoes. And so we really want to advertise that men can wear Lolita, and this is very important for us.
Yeah, for me, well, I've been planning for a long time to make some headwear and maybe a collection inspired by the Finnish national costumes. And we have different regional national costumes, and some of them have this very typical headwear called tykkimyssy, and it has a hard base in here. It's a hard base, and then it has like a lace ruffled, and it's actually stiffened in where the bonnet is. And I've been planning to make one, a sweet collection probably with that, but I just haven't. It's just an idea I'm playing with, so I haven't gotten around it. And then other, like, culturally, Finnish culture is just, living in the forest basically. So I have a lots of inspiration from nature in my designs. So yeah, so I would say like that's how you see my background in my designs, that I do incorporate, in a way, the nature with my, maybe not even in my designs, but in my like materials. Like I made the videos for RuffleCon in the nature, and like photo shoots I like to do in nature because that's the best part of Finland. So I want to show that, and that's really close to my heart. So I want to show that because I really love the contrast of the roughly clothes in the forest. Yeah.
What colors or cuts do you see becoming more popular in the future?
Go ahead.
I actually think pastels are gonna keep coming strong. Actually, maybe more in like different kind of shades and hues, but pastels are coming strong. And then I hope and think that probably other colors are coming too, like like more actual like colors, like yellow and orange and greens, are probably gonna come soon, at least from my end.
Yeah, you actually
Look
you
out
need
for
to
it.
create the trend. Yeah, I would say I won't go in that territory of trying to guess because I'm always wrong. So if I wish something that becomes popular, like for example in Switzerland, I mean in the whole Europe, Lolitas don't like sweet anymore. They all like classic and OTT classic and everything. So yeah, I want
Yeah,
to
but
keep doing what makes me happy, and hopefully somebody buys it. And
I think there's lots of new people coming into Lolita fashion, and they do love sweet. So I definitely think, and I have started to love sweet more. I loved sweet like 15 years ago when I was starting Lolita, and now I'm finally getting back to into like liking it. So maybe it's coming.
yeah.
Maybe.
Also, some of my subscribers that are gothic or classic are like, I bought something pink the other day, and I'm starting to spread the sweetness everywhere. So maybe this is good for me. I'm making my customer base. I don't know.
Spread the sweetness.
Spread the sweetness.
I guarantee my com will love the sweetness.
That's good. Yeah, I saw that in the US. You guys love sweets, so that's good. I love that. Thank you.
So the last question we have right now is, how did you come up with your brand name?
Interesting. Do you want to go first?
Well, that was a long time ago.
I know.
So I remember I was like playing around with ideas with my friend, and I remember I was at my home at the time, like my family home, like visiting my parents, I mean, and then I was talking with my dad about starting my company. My dad is actually my bookkeeper, and he's been supporting me since the beginning. So actually, like I was bouncing my ideas with him, and I just I wanted something to reflect the Finnish nature. So I came with the Cloudberry name. Cloudberry is a really common berry in my region, and I really love cloudberry jam. And I really love swamps. Like Finnish swamps are different. They're like foresty swamps, and you have cloudberries growing in there. And I really like the swamps, so I kind of wanted the swampy feeling of cloudberry. And then I loved classic the most at the time when I started my brand, so I wanted it to be, ladylike. So it became Cloudberry Lady.
Nice. What does it look like, the Cloudberry?
It looks like a raspberry, but it's orange, and it's a bit more like tough, but it's orange in color. Yeah, and it grows in a ground, and it has like leaves like a strawberry.
Okay.
It grows in the swamps, and then it's like a small raspberry, but actually a little bit bigger than raspberries and orange in color.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so for my name, I'm kind of a geek, and so the first company I started, I went super technical. So I brainstormed like maybe 10 names, 10 words in the niche I wanted, and so I took Excel and I made like a combination of each of the 10 names together. And then I removed everything that sounded silly and everything. And then I came up with maybe 5 and made people vote on that. And so we wanted to do that same thing for the fluffy. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Interesting. This is a Cloudberry. Okay.
That's Cloudberry, yeah.
And so we wanted something fluffy or fluff or something like that because we liked this fluffy thing. And so basically I started before it was a Lolita brand, we wanted to I was doing cheerleading stuff and we could print on t-shirts. So we wanted to do sweet and kawaii stuff printed on t-shirts. as a second kind of brand. And then when I wanted to do Lolita stuff, we just went on that we never actually used. So it was with my friend. And so we had that idea. And so we kind of went and looked through Fluff and Fluffy something. And then we thought that kind of animal would be cute. And so we also thought that Japanese animal names would be cute. So then we kind of looked up several animal names in Japanese and tried which one sounded the best. And Tori is a bird in Japanese. So we thought it sounded cute, Fluffy Tori. And so then it was cut for us to make cute birds, fluffy birds and stuff like that in as the characters. But it's not because birds are my favorite animals or anything, or because I'm called Tori, because a lot of people think that, because it's a common name in the US. And no, so basically, yeah, it's just that Tori sounded nice, and now we have cute animals that we can draw.
Tori means marketplace in Finnish, though.
Marketplace, okay. So it sounds like marketplace.
It does work though, because you sell the cute and fluffy things in your marketplace, so it works in Finnish too.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's something. We have very weird sounding other brands that are selling in Switzerland and French, and we're like, why did they pick that name? It's so offensive in French or something. But yeah, I'd never checked in all the other languages if it was bad or something.
Why would you have checked it in Finnish? It would make no sense to check anything in Finnish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really think that name suits your brand a lot, like, and you personally. I think it really suits you, so.
I think so, and actually, then I started Fluffy Tori first, and then I started my Instagram as Fluffy Kawaii Jo because of the Fluffy Tori. And at that point, I was really just starting to be serious in Lolita, and so I had not really focused on my style yet. And so I'm kind of happy because this Fluffy Kawaii Jo name matches a lot what I refined as my style and aesthetic right now. But I could have gone to classic or gothic at that point. You never know. So I'm kind of glad it worked out.
If you had gotten really able to buy that necklace off of you.
Yay! So this is not that sweet. See, it was something very classic. Yeah.
Let's see. That was our last question. Is there anybody in the comment section that has a question for our designers?
Please, we're here.
Yeah.
You can ask anything. Well, not anything.
You can ask each other a question.
Yes, maybe we can ask each other questions. What can I ask you?
Yeah. Are you working on something new right now?
We can talk about that. So during the pandemic, we had issues with the dresses that we ordered, but it was just delayed. But then I realized that a lot of my freelancers that I'm working with, like Mitzel, who is designing, and other people that are, what was it? Don't remember who at the moment, but several of my freelancers, most of their big jobs dropped because of the pandemic, so they were free. And I was like, yeah, we can do more. And I was sending them a lot of ideas and a lot of things to work on. But what I forgot is that when you give work to somebody, they will have questions, they will come back with work, you need to iterate and everything. And so I had not taken that into account in my schedule. And so for the first 2 weeks of the pandemic, everybody was like, I'm so bored. I don't know what to do. I'm home. And I was like, I'm working twice as much as before because I'm actually looking over the work of that I gave to other people. And then I had to adjust that to actually take that into account and work less on my things and more support the work that I gave to them. And we were so prolific. We created so many new accessories, pins, and stickers, and things like that. And so we did an update on the website and everything. So actually, we've been so busy, and I'm I made a whole media kit for my YouTube channel with the graphic designer and everything. So everybody was working with me, have been super busy. And so, yeah, we have made new things coming during the pandemic. And that's not good, because then when you design stuff, you have to order stuff. So you pay for stuff and you have a lot of stock, but people don't buy from you. So you don't have that much money. So actually we spend a lot of money, but this is stock. So that's good. And then we can sell it slowly. But yeah.
What about you, Tulia? You working on anything?
Well, actually, for me, I had been working on some special items that I was going to release in our event HelloCon next autumn, but now the whole event got postponed, so the release got postponed. And like I mentioned earlier, that I moved. So I actually moved to a house that needs a 70s house that needs a lots of renovation. So basically all of my time has been going to renovating that house, which I've been painting the craziest colors. So that has been taking a lot of my time. Yeah, I painted the whole living room pink.
Oh, I want pictures.
Like I told you, pastels are coming.
Yeah.
Back to her.
You need a dress in a corner, to make it lively. Think of.
Yeah, and for me, also like creating Lolita stuff. Like I mentioned again, my workroom shut down, so like all of the sudden, really. And in there, I had been making, of course, my Lolita stuff, but I also had like regular customers ordering like hats and wedding headwear. The situation affected me a lot because all the weddings got cancelled for this summer, our big celebrations. So most of my wedding orders got cancelled as well. I still had some hats that I had to complete, so I was like really hurrying to rush out all of my regular orders before the workroom closed, and I actually moved to complete like 300 kilometers to north. So I had to like hurry to finish all my regular orders. So I have been kind of like not being able to do my Lolita stuff. And now, since we are still renovating, I don't have a workroom yet, so I haven't been able to work on my Lolita stuff. But because, you can't just rest, you have to do something. So I kind of started a new thing with a friend. Well, actually, we had been planning this for a year. We already did some prep work for it last summer, but we started it now during this pandemic, which is like naturally dyed. We use plants and mushrooms to dye fabrics and threads, and we do stuff with those. I'm really hoping to bring that into Cloudberry as well, but it will need I need to collect a lot of plants to do it. But yeah, we started like a thing called Purpura Tuomi. I'm gonna write it down to you. If anybody wants to check it, you can find it on Instagram. If you want to check this. And this is some really witchy stuff. We are doing some embroidered talismans and earrings and stuff like that. It's really just, kind of fun thing to do with my friend. So it's like passing time, but also because, nothing can be just fun. So I'm now going to a medieval fair to sell these things. So hopefully it goes well. This will be like our second in-person event where we can sell these things. So it's quite exciting to do something completely different for a while. I even built a Viking tent to go to sell there. So yeah. So this is just a fun hobby.
Until it becomes something. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
So that's a problem that I have. I work a lot, so I need a hobby. But then my hobby tends to take so much over everything. So I'm like, I might as well turn that into a brand and making money out of that. Then it's officially my job. Then I need a new hobby. So basically what's that? I had my first company, and then when I needed something, I went more into Lolita, which turned out that I started my own brand. But then Lolita is actually kind of my job. now I also started YouTube, but last year I decided that YouTube is going to be part of my job because the way I set up my company, we first started with a video game for cheerleading that started the clothes. So the way the company is defined, officially, I can do multimedia and stuff. So actually, YouTube fits into that, and so I can take all the revenue from YouTube and legally pay taxes on it and everything. So now officially YouTube is my job. So I'm not required to edit at night or during weekends, and I'm giving myself more free time to do stuff. But then I'm afraid it will turn into something else. At the moment, I'm actually playing a lot of Animal Crossing, and I don't see how I could turn that into a job yet. So maybe that's good. But we did play Fluffy Tory dresses in Animal Crossing, so that's promotion inside of that. And actually, I saw other brands that have their clothes inside of Animal Crossing, and I'm in the process of organizing a fashion show with real world Lolita brands inside of Animal Crossing. And so Puvitel and Violet Fane and a Japanese brand called Omiomi. And also, who's the last one? Girl Goods. So, yeah.
I've heard of her. I've even seen her in a video with you recently.
Yes, recently. So, yeah, we're bringing a lot of real-world J-fashion into Animal Crossing to make some promo. This is not yet a job, but at least I'm mixing everything together.
But that's for fun. That's still for fun. Well, it's also promo, but it's kind of fun.
Still for fun. Yeah, absolutely. So I think I'm good until it's, I don't know. It's still for fun. So I don't know what I will do at some point. If I stop doing that, I will need a new hobby. I don't see.
I wanted to show you my natural dye stuff. Like, this is just some, like, I didn't make this garment. I just dyed it with onion skins and iron.
Interesting. Iron.
Right. Yeah, iron. Because if you dye with onion skins, it becomes like an orange or a prick color. But it didn't attach well to this cotton part. It was like too pale for my taste. So then I added iron to it, and it turned into green, and the lacy parts became really cool color too. I really love this piece.
Very nice.
And I love these colors. I'm really hoping these colors would come into Lolita.
You can bring them, and that's it.
I can bring them, yeah. I've always done crazy colors, like gray way back when nobody thought gray was Lolita at all. Because, you know.
All colors are Lolita.
Yeah, but just wanted to show you, because this is still fun. Like, even though I kind of turned it into business, but it's still like fun because I have no like pressure to success in this. Well, I don't take so much pressure to success in Lolita, but kind of when you've been doing it for so long, you are kind of thinking like, okay, this is my brand. How do I present my brand? So at least for this stuff, who cares?
I think it's important that your business is also enjoyable, because my first business, like the cheerleading stuff, I started 10 years ago. No, wait. I started 14 years ago. I registered the business actually 10 years ago, but I started 14 years ago. And at that point, I still do uniforms, I still organize competition, but this is not my passion anymore. And when we create new product with Fluffy Tory, this is what excites me. And the other one is just there, and I do it, and I keep taking care of the customers, but this is not what excites me anymore. And so I'm happy that you find something in this difficult time that excites you, and then you can still have the other business there. And so, yeah.
Yeah, this is also just something I can do without having any materials with me, because I don't have any, I don't have a space yet where to set up all of my work supplies. It's surprising, a lot of people get surprised how much things you need to have for making hats. You know, even just the whole like hat blocks, they take like a wall for me. and then all the machines and everything, and I can't set up them yet anywhere yet. So I've been really like itching to do something, so at least I can like, you know, do this, because this just requires me to have a pot to die on. So
and
like,
how do you source them? Do you go to the second-hand store? Or?
Yeah, exactly. I use a lot of like second-hand store stuff when I die. So I'm like kind of just like recycling things, upcycling things.
Upcycling,
upcycling stuff with this. Or then we are dyeing like woolen threads, which we buy from a Finnish farm. So it's like kind of easy for me to source the materials right now, and it doesn't require for me a lot of equipment to do it. So I've been able to do at least this. So yeah, it's nice that I have a creative outlet, because definitely for me, I need some kind of creative outlet, and it's been actually quite hard for me now that I don't have a space to work in at.
So did you actually close the whole store and it will not come back, or is it just closed for now?
It's closed for now. I had been planned to do my store. Actually, I already agreed with a photographer and with a web designer to update and fix my website for this spring. But this whole situation kind of like, you know, swept the rug under me. And since I don't have a workspace where I could create new items to post and photograph, that whole thing got postponed until I can like work on that again. So yeah, I'm planning to update my website, or like reopen my website. But yeah, I can talk about that a little. Thanks. So I'm planning today do samples of hats that I have the hat blocks for. So you will know like exactly what types of hats you can easily order from me. I can also do other kinds of hats, but you know, it's easier when I have the hat block. So I can like do it like in a relatively cost expensive, 200 euros, but in a reasonable price regarding hats. But like I can always do almost everything, but it might take some tricks. So I'm planning to do all the samples of the different kinds of hats you can order from me. And then you can like, okay, I like this Hana hat. And then you can order, you can check from my website what kind of fabrics I have available already, or request again for me to search for the material. And then you can order like, okay, I want the Hana hat in a wine silk, and do all the order. And so it's easier for the custom order, because currently I'm doing custom orders that people are just, you know, checking what I have done previously, or coming with a historical hat and they're like, can you do this? Or they're coming with a dress, can you do something that matches this? But yeah, I've been planning to update my website with like, you know, easier instructions how you can order and what kind of different styles I can make, because I can make a lot of different styles. I'm actually a professional milliner. I have studied millinery for 3 years. Yeah, I have a higher degree in millinery, so I can really do everything regarding hats. So I should definitely do all the samples of what you can order from me.
I think that will be easier to sell that just saying I can do anything, or to say I can do this, and you can customize it if you want. I think for the customer, they can imagine better, and you will sell more than just, if I want to do something, oh yeah, but I have to design it, I have to take something. And yeah, so I think it's a very good idea.
Yeah, I love, like, I have currently most of my customers are kind of like, you know, I want something like this and give me a free hands, which is, you know, awesome for me, but it's hard for new customers to come in. So definitely, I think it's something I need to do. I should have done it a long time ago, but, you know, like I said, the marketing, the internet things, they are not for me. So it's been kind of, I've been slacking off on that department, just making new stuff and having orders and running multiple different labels, like my regular hat label and my this label. That also like kind of I realized it took too much time off Cloudberry, which is still my main business. Oh, do you do Kawaii Joe as your, or Fluffy Tori as your main income? It's your job, right?
So basically, my company that is registered as Spirit Fever, which is the name of the cheerleading thing, is the main business. So this is my only job. I do that all the time. And so now I noticed that because of the pandemic, all the cheerleading stuff is completely shut. So there's maybe I spend like 10% of my time on that. And then depending on the weeks, I spend about half of the rest on YouTube and the rest on Fluff Story. So making new products, updating the website, shipping orders, and things like that. And on YouTube, I had found the best editor ever that would help me edit faster, and I got accustomed to that, and she got the job, and now she can only do a few, and then I'm like, no, I need to edit myself, and I forgot to take time for that, and so now it's stressful. But yeah, I'm mostly doing that. And something I want to tell, that during the pandemic, I opened a retail location, which is especially weird for Lolita, and also during the pandemic. So basically, a friend of mine who is a new Lolita just told me, hey, if some friend of mine are opening a bubble tea place, and they would like other brands there or something like that. And she said, yeah, sure, we can talk. And so my idea was that they would have the bubble tea and maybe a couple of pins on the next to the register or something like that. And she said, no, bring everything. And so I brought a whole suitcase. I said, yeah, I want the coats, I want the dress, I want the stickers, I want everything. And so now basically they rented this space first as a gallery, because the husband is an artist and is teaching how to draw to kids, and that's how this girl knew about that. And they realized that it's not very sustainable to have a gallery, because people don't really dare to enter and think they can buy, even though they have mostly prints and stuff, and it's very affordable. And so they decided to open a bubble tea there, and it's like on the platform of the train station, so it's so well localized, and basically it's in not a big city, so this is the most cool stuff for the young people to go to, because everything else is like supermarkets and bakeries, and really they have no place in their area apart from the big city to have fun or meet or whatever. So this is an amazing place. It's always full, and there's a corner that sells fluffy toys, so that's really, really cool. And so I have a whole section with all the dress shoes and the pins and everything. So I'm so glad it just came like that. A friend of mine recommended me, and then I could open that, and we have a very good deal. So she takes 20% of my sales, but she agreed that I raise the prices at 20%. So it doesn't cost me anything to have my dresses sold there. So
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I saw some, was it a video or pictures from it? It looked really nice actually in there. So
yeah,
congrats for you.
but it's also because all the conventions are canceled. This is a recurrent occasions to sell my stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah, even for me, like I sell a lot of stuff in Atelier Pierrot in Japan, but it actually, the pandemic even affected the sales in Japan, I think, a lot. Or yeah, so but at least for me, that's because it didn't affect so much in there, so they kept selling. So like having a physical location is actually during this time has actually been really good, because otherwise I wouldn't have been really able to ship my stuffs abroad. Like I have been able to ship my stuffs, but they don't reach the destination in a reasonable times.
Yeah.
So it's been quite vital for me to have like a physical location where people can go to. And also just because even online sales, people, like you said, people get laid off a lot. So people having been hard time even ordering online, or just being like uncertain about the future. So it's been really vital to have my stuffs in the physical store in Japan to sell it. But I also noticed that they've been doing a lot of sales. So I'm quite sure that like Atelier Pierrot and other Japanese stores have been doing a lot of sales and marketing a lot now. So I'm quite certain it has affected their stuff too. Ooh, nice.
Refill. So
Yes.
I've been trying also, do you know Kuroshiro Kawaii? It's a store that opened in Texas. And so I have my stuff there. But so basically what happened is that I had stuff at the Lolita Collective, and for 3 years or something that I shipped once, and that was it. And then she wanted to stop doing or something and wanted to ship me back that. And I was supposed to be 6 months after that in again in the US for Vegas. And I was like, this is so stupid to pay shipping and customs in Switzerland. We have super high customs for then me to take that and ship it again to the US. So I managed to organize something with the Kuroshiro Kawaii that they accepted the stock from Lolita Collective to sell, and in between. So I did not even have to send stuff from Switzerland. So it's old collections that we have not sold for a while, so that's good for people who want that collection. At least it's available.
Yeah, you have really cool collections there, though. Yeah.
Thank you.
Like your own collections,
I'll
yeah.
give you a couple pieces, but the skirt, like the sax skirt, this is a one piece. It's like the only one that exists or something. So if somebody wants to get it, I mean, people here in the US hearing us, we have a coat. Maybe not for Florida, it's maybe a bit too thick, but it's a coat with the print of the carousel on the coat, and it's the purple, like dark purple option. It's gorgeous, and it's actually, yeah, one of a kind. And also the skirt over there is the sax skirt, and it's the only one that exists and that will ever exist. So get it now. And I think I will only do 1 month more, because they do 3 months one brand, and then they switch to another brand, and then I will have that shipped to Switzerland. So that would be a shame. So get that now if you want it. That was a promo part, sorry.
No, you're good.
It's way easier for you guys to order from Kuroshiro Kawaii than to order from me, because it's quicker and cheaper and everything. So, oh, that's so cute. Ah.
Yeah, I'm here at my friend's place because, like I said, my own place is under construction. We don't even have an internet there. So Hanna was lovely enough to borrow her place. And here's her super cute cat, Nana.
Oh, hello, Nana.
Say hello. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you. Well, it's good. Yeah.
I was done promoting my brand.
That's good. Not good that you were done, but good to promote your brand, because that's
No,
what it's
I was actually helping promote Kuroshiro Kawaii. They're amazing. They're so nice, and they made a physical retail place for Lolita. They have amazing indie brands and Japanese brands, and I don't know if they opened that yet, but the goal was to have places to have events and tea parties and stuff, and that looked amazing. So go check them out. They're so nice and legitimate Lolita stuff, and not like other weird thing that happened in Texas before. Yep, I'm done. Take over.
Take over. Well,
I'm good too.
I was going to say it is noon now, so we should probably bounce out so the next panel can start. And I believe Julia will need a few minutes to collect her stuff.
Yeah, I need to set up my table so I can start with my crafting panel. Hey, I wanted to tell you, if you wanted to do the crafting panel, you need to have the what are those metal tools you can bend stuff with?
Pliers?
Yes.
And
so, yes, so grab your pliers as well with the other supplies. I forgot to mention that. So get pliers. Yeah. All right. So I'll be back soon. I need to set up my table here for the crafting and get my friends for the crafting. Hope they are still capable of doing so. So I'm going to take like, let's say 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks for following us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.